In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between dense forests and shrouded in an eternal mist, there was a dilapidated mansion that had long been abandoned. Legends whispered about its previous owner, a reclusive scholar named Victor Blackthorn, who had vanished mysteriously decades ago. The locals believed he had delved into forbidden knowledge, leaving behind an accursed legacy. One fog-laden morning, a group of adventurous friends, drawn by the allure of the unknown, decided to explore the decaying mansion. Among them was Alex, an aspiring writer, who was always in search of inspiration for the next great novel. Little did they know that their fateful discovery would unravel the darkest secrets of Ravenswood. As the group ventured deeper into the mansion, dust motes danced in the dim light, and the creaking floorboards echoed with each cautious step. In a forgotten library, behind a hidden panel, they stumbled upon a leather-bound tome, Blackthorn's long-lost book. Its pages, yellowed with age, were filled with cryptic symbols and passages written in a language unknown to any of them. Ignorant of the warnings etched into the mansion's history, Alex, driven by a writer's curiosity, began translating the text. As the words unfolded, an unsettling atmosphere settled over the group. The air thickened, and shadows seemed to writhe in the corners of the room. As the night fell, the town of Ravenswood plunged into an unnatural darkness, unbeknownst to the group. The translated passages unleashed a malevolent force that fed on the fears of those who dared to read Blackthorn's forbidden knowledge. One by one, the friends succumbed to nightmarish visions. Whispers echoed through the mansion, and the walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy. Mark, a skeptic among them, laughed off the escalating terror until clawed shadows emerged from the darkness and dragged him into the abyss. Sarah, the skeptic turned believer, frantically searched for an escape, but the mansion seemed to shift and warp, trapping her within its haunted corridors. The air itself seemed to whisper dreadful secrets, and unseen hands reached out from the shadows to grasp at her sanity. As the group dwindled, Alex's mind became a battleground between the horror within the book and the flickering flame of his rationality. The passages, once a puzzle to be solved, gnashed themselves onto his psyche, and an ancient malevolence took root within his soul. With each turned page, reality warped further, and the mansion became a twisted labyrinth of nightmares. Shadows danced with a life of their own, and the air was thick with the stench of despair. In a final desperate attempt to break the curse, Alex, tormented by the malevolent force, found himself in the mansion's long-forgotten study. The walls seemed to pulse with a dark heartbeat, and the book's pages fluttered as if breathing. In a trance, he recited an incantation unknowingly etched into his mind. The room convulsed with an otherworldly energy, and the horrors that plagued Ravenswood retreated into the shadows. But as the last syllable left his lips, the mansion crumbled, and a ghostly wail echoed through the night. As dawn broke, Ravenswood awoke from its cursed slumber. The mansion, once a testament to forbidden knowledge, lay in ruins, and the book, its secrets now buried in the debris, was lost to time. The surviving fragments of the group, haunted by the memories of that accursed night, left Ravenswood, never to speak of the horrors they had witnessed. The town, forever scarred by the legacy of Victor Blackthorn, returned to its facade of normalcy, hiding the dark secrets that lingered beneath its surface. Little did they know that the lost book, its whisper silenced but not forgotten, lay in wait for the next unsuspecting soul to unearth its secrets and release the horrors that dwelled within. Years passed, and Ravenswood continued its existence, a town haunted by the echoes of its dark history. The mansion, reduced to a pile of rubble, became a chilling reminder of the consequences of meddling with forbidden knowledge. However, the lost book remained elusive, its malevolent presence biding its time. In a nearby city, a new resident named Emily, unaware of Ravenswood's haunted past, stumbled upon an old journal in an antique shop. Intrigued by its cryptic cover, she opened its pages to find entries written by Victor Blackthorn himself. Unbeknownst to her, the journal was a precursor to the lost book, a vessel of the scholar's descent into madness. As Emily delved into the journal's contents, she became increasingly obsessed with the enigmatic writings. Nightmares plagued her sleep, and shadows seemed to linger in the corners of her vision. Unrelenting, she pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries hidden within the pages. The malevolent force, dormant for years, sensed Emily's curiosity and began to seep into her reality. Whispers echo in her mind, and the boundaries between dreams and waking life blurred. As Emily's obsession deepened, the town of Ravenswood, still scarred by its past, shivered in anticipation of the impending darkness. One fateful night, as Emily reached the final pages of the journal, the air itself seemed to freeze. The walls of her apartment groaned, and an ethereal wind whispered through the room, shadows materialized, coiling around her like serpents. The journal's cryptic passages converged into an incantation, and Emily unwittingly spoke the words aloud. The malevolent force, freed once again, surged through the city like a tidal wave of nightmares. As terror gripped the unsuspecting residents, Emily, now vessel for the ancient malevolence, became a conduit for the horrors that had long lain dormant. The shadows, once banished, crawled back to the town's edges, and the air filled with a palpable dread. The lost boat, both shattered and scattered, had found a new host. As the malevolent force unleashed its horrors upon the city, Emily, consumed by the darkness within, wandered the streets, a spectral figure of despair. The nightmares of Ravenswood had transcended time, and the town, entwined with the cursed legacy, once again embraced the horrors that dwelled within its soul. The tale of the lost book persisted, a cycle of tragedy and terror that refused to be forgotten. Ravenswood, forever haunted by the sins of the past, awaited the next chapter in its dark and twisted history. The malevolent force, now sated but never truly quelled, lingered in the shadows, whispering to the few who dared to listen, beckoning them to unearth the secrets that lay buried beneath the ruins of the mansion. The nightmare had only just begun anew.